Hello! So, for those of you who saw my video at the beginning of the week, I explained that this little guy was one of my reasons for crafting and building props out of reusable materials. And so for today, I wanted to finally build a life-size nutcracker. Now, some of you have seen that I tend to enjoy building props that are abnormally sized. So one of our first recitals, it was actually our second year if I remember correctly, I had built human-sized sundaes, and we had the ice cream sitting on top and a cherry and all that stuff. So I think stuff like that is pretty cool. So I wanted to build a human-sized nutcracker, but used recyclable goods. So I grabbed a few things from the studio and I am working with them here. I kind of preset some stuff so that way we aren't going through every single nitpicky detail. And this nutcracker is just a really rough version of a real one that I want to do, but I wanted you to at least get an idea and see if you can possibly recreate something or anything. I've made little nutcrackers out of yogurt containers. I mean, the possibilities really are endless. So get creative, have some fun, and again, it's dance related because who does not love Nutcracker? So, for starters, I have coffee cans. For those of you who know me, you know I love my coffee, so I've stocked up a few. And I cleaned them out so that way we aren't getting coffee grounds everywhere. And I already pre-taped these. Now, if you remember at the studio, I actually have some pillars that I had built for some of our shows. Those are also made out of coffee cans. So I pulled the wrapping that I use for them, and I'm using those as my nutcracker pans. So I've got one already pre-covered, and it's kind of just dangling here. We've got the other one. So I taped the cans together. The ones that I made for the pillars are far more industrial levels, so that way they don't fall over. But these, for right now, I'm just taping them. You can also glue them or screw them together, whatever, depends on how strong you need it. And then I have the material. So if you do this at home, you can just knot the back end and create a cut and tie. If you feel like sewing, you can sew. The coffee cans can also sometimes fit in certain pairs of pants. So if you have a pair of pants that are about this size, you may be able to get away with that too if you feel like going for the human-sized version. I have one side that is far more open, so that's going to be where our feet go. So we're going to slide this up and over. And for the feet, I actually have little plastic shoe inserts that I've had over the years, and so I'm using these just to kind of make a form underneath the material. Again, for today's purposes, I'm not going full out. Otherwise, I would give him full boots and everything. But for today, I'm just shaping it. You can also use coffee cans and stick one sideways so it all blends together size-wise. That call is up to you. I'm going to tilt this down really quick so you can kind of see the feet. That just shows you that there is a little bit more form to that. So from here, we're going to scoot these two together. And then we have to get the body going. So for the body, I am actually using an empty water container that I'm flipping upside down. That is going to sit on top, and you can tape it down, whatever you may need to stabilize it. I actually pulled a jacket from our parade costumes, so I can use it as our jacket for our Nutcracker. So this little thing is going to slip right on top of this water cooler. We also want to make sure that we can't necessarily see that it's a water cooler, so I pulled some red material that I happen to have from another one of our costumes, and we're going to tie it around so he has a waistband. Once we have our waistband on, we want to make sure that we also give our soldier some arms here. So for that, even though he has a jacket on, I have some tubes that we are going to use to fill them. And no Nutcracker can be complete without having arms, so I'm giving him some gloves. And to make the gloves, I actually have a set of like vinyl gloves, plastic gloves, latex gloves, or whatever, and some winter gloves. So we're going to blow this one up like a balloon. When we do this, I put it on my hand and then into the glove, so that way I can make sure it stays in the fingers. Once I've got that, I will pinch it and pull it off my hand, so that way it stays in there. And then from there, we're gonna blow it up. There we have a head. So I have like a mixer of sorts that I don't use anymore, and this is what I'm going to use to stabilize up on the top of the neck. And then I have a laundry detergent container, which is going to be the face. I'm shifting this up. So now we need to give him a face. Another old prop that I have is a pre-made beard. So this is going right where his face would be. On the back end I do have tape. So that's going to just sit nicely right there. Next we need to make some eyes so our Nutcracker can see. So I'm just using simple white masking or painter's tape, whatever you may have on hand, and I'm just going to cut it into the shape of eyes. I also gave our Nutcracker a nose while I was up there. And it's up to you if you want to line the eyes, do whatever. If you feel like getting fancy, give some eyelashes, whatever you feel like designing here. Our Nutcracker is also going to need a hat. So again, I pulled the soldier hat that we created with our soldier jacket. For today, I'm just setting it on top, like I said before. Under other circumstances, I would totally be making this uber secure. And a lot less looking like he's part pumpkin man. So, last but not least, every soldier needs his sword to defend Clara or Marie. And so we have his sword that we're just going to tuck right into the side. And voila, we've got some kind of a Nutcracker that stands almost human size. I hope you enjoy some of these crafts, and I will see you tomorrow when we have a really awesome end of the week craft that we did, and we're going to show that to you and give a little bit of an explanation as to why, and we hope you guys have fun with all of these and get creative. I will see you tomorrow.